Okay, so another tech demo here. I was trying to figure out the best way to show this off. I was planning on just taking some screenshots and throwing it out on Twitter, but didn't feel like I would do justice. So I'm going to be showing off what I've been working on the last couple days. If you've been watching the streams, you've probably seen it. But most likely, if you're watching this, you haven't. So what I've been working on is a way to transport the missiles around in an automated way so that way you can do various things. Doesn't really matter what those things are, as the transport system really doesn't care. Um, so for example, you could be doing auto crafting, you could be doing storage, you could be doing storage retrieval, missile loading into silos, but it doesn't really matter. So far, a lot of that isn't implemented just yet, but the rails are implemented. Now, the rails right now you can only really run in straight lines. I will not be adding curved tracks to the sides here. I thought about it. I was like, I could program it, make it work. Then I decided I'm just going to go with what will end up being a really basic block. Right now, even though the block is actually, I think it actually is in the creative tab. Give me like a second here to find it. Yeah, the block is actually in the system, but right now it's not textured. The cart, however, is done. I just finished this up earlier today on the stream, and if I can get it to place. Yeah, I still got bugs to do. I know it'll place on this though. It's also got some rotation logic going on. I was testing this earlier. That will actually be removed. But this is the cart. If you're familiar with the mod, you'll notice this is actually the same model used by the workstation. There will be a custom model for this, but this will work. The cart is a 3x1. It actually does have a collision box. It'll actually push me out of the way. I went around and fixed Minecraft's requirement that all collision boxes be the same geometry, making this really useful. I'll be working on this more because I want to implement a proper collision box, which is the white box is the collision box of the system. I've got it set in debug mode so I can render this. In the runtime instance, when you download this from Curse, the box will not be around there. The missile is also manually set for the moment so I can test the render, but it'll be customizable. For the bigger missiles, there will also be a bigger cart. But right now, this pretty much works and shows off what it is. I don't have any movement logic yet, but it's getting the ideal across. It's also good to note that there will be several versions of this tile. I know this tile doesn't have a texture for it, but there'll be a version of this that pushes the cart. So you'll have one of these as a rail. So it'll be the same size as a rail. That'll have arrows on it that'll go, hey, we're going to push in this direction. It'll then hit one of these, and this will go, hey, I want to rotate it 90 degrees. And then there'll be another one of these that'll go, hey, I want to push it that direction. And then you can move it around. These will also be capable of mounting on the walls. Right now there's no code for it to do that. So you'll be able to put these up and be able to go up and down with them. You'll be able to go left and right with them. There will eventually be slanted versions, and which might be a first for Minecraft. I don't know if anybody's done this before. I'll be implementing diagonal rails. I also will eventually add curved rails back into the ideal. I know I already said I didn't want to really do them here, but I will add them because when I go and update assembly line, which is nobody's probably familiar with that mod anymore because it's so old, but this system will be duplicated over to assembly line for manufacturing blocks. I will be adding curved rails to that, but they'll be gradual curves. So instead of doing a sharp 90 like Minecraft does with its rail system, if I actually go pull out the carts. And by the way, this is not copied from Minecraft. This code is 100% custom for these. But this is how Minecraft works. You got a direct 90 degree curve, but it has to do a really sharp bend. And the version I'm going to be implementing will be something more along, I don't know if these rails can do but it'll do a slight gradual curve system that will allow it to arc through this curve around the edge rather than doing like weird bends like this, even though I believe these carts actually will drive straight on this, unless that's the Xbox version only. Yeah, they'll drive straight. They'll treat that like that's a straight rail. There's a few other things I'll be doing with it. So this is the demo of it right now. I'll have more for you guys later.